Oh, no. Thank you.
All right, we are live and all set to go.
I can do a roll call. Is that all right? Get that over with? Uh-oh, he left.
Good evening. This meeting of the Northborough Earthwork Board is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12th, 2020, due to the current state of emergency in the Commonwealth due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 virus. In order to mitigate transmission of the COVID-19 virus, the town of Northborough has been advised and directed by the Commonwealth to suspend public hearings, and as such, the governor's order suspends the requirement of the open meeting law and to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. All members of the Northborough Earthwork Board are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. This order allows the Northborough Earthwork Board to meet entirely remotely so long as reasonable public access is afforded so that public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. Public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless the chair has noted otherwise. Members of the public who wish to view the live stream of this meeting may also do so by going to the Northborough Remote Meetings on YouTube via the link listed on the agenda. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless public participation is required by law. This meeting will feature public comments. The chair needs to confirm attendance by all of the members by roll call vote, as will all of the votes taken by the board tonight be done by roll call. So with that, I'll turn it over to Janet.
Okay, we will do the roll call. Tom Beals,
Here.
Tony Pini,
Here.
Ron Doucette. Ron Doucette,
You're still on mute.
I can see him. Chris DeSantis,
Here.
Janet Sandstrom. Here.
Did you hear me,
Ron-
Janet?
Now I can. Okay.
Okay, here.
Okay. Okay, we're all set to go. Are we ready to go with the first hearing? Fred?
Yes, the first hearing is,
I'll take care of it. Yeah, I'll do it.
okay, thank you.
Okay, our first hearing is 8688 Main Street, 50 Southwest Cutoff. Do we have a representative?
That
So-
should be Patrick Healy, Jim.
So Fred, we have two phone numbers in there. Do you know the last three digits of his
Yep.
phone number?
0493.
Yep. All right. So I cannot promote him since he is on a phone, but I have allowed him to talk. So Patrick, if you can hear us, I believe it's *9 to unmute via phone. So again, that's *9 to unmute via phone, and I did hit the Ask to Unmute button.
You know what, he may he texted me earlier that he had a meeting at 6:30. He was at another town hall for a ZBA meeting, so he may have gone into that early. Why don't we go to the next one unless there's someone else from Tim Shea's group who wants to talk. I don't recognize any of the other numbers. If there's anyone else
Actually,
there.
Tim Shea is here, so I will move Tim Shea over.
Tim and Nick Muskoff.
Yep, absolutely. So I am moving them over to panelists. I see Tim is here.
And we can give him the opportunity to wait or to present himself if he'd like. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Fred. Hi, everyone. So the project is pretty far along. The base coat is down. The berm is down. The septic is in. Grass was growing on it before we got all the snow. We're just here because we had a birthday. The project had a birthday, and we didn't want to disappoint the board or Fred, and so here we are. We feel as though we're like 90% complete. Drainage is done. Drawings have been submitted, I believe, to Fred. Progress drawings. And I don't know if Nick Muskoff, my foreman, would like to make any comments.
No, I think you kind of covered it. Really, come springtime, all we have to do is spread loom and do all of our proposed landscaping and final as-builts. That's it. And top coat, like Tim said.
Just so the board knows is I agree. The project is in good shape. It's progressing nicely. The application did come with a request for a reduction, and I am prepared to recommend that you reduce the bond from, I believe it's 14,000 to 5,000 to cover the as-built drawings and the final landscaping and make sure the grass is growing well enough at that point. And I expect that it won't be a matter of 6 months or so before they're completely done and out of there, but unless Tim and Nick have a better handle on that.
Well, that project looks it looks real good. Every time you go by, it's getting better every single time. Tim, you always do a nice job.
Thank you. It's Nick and the subcontractors that are mostly local hires.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to see that, Nick.
Thank you.
Okay. Do any of the board members have any questions? Okay, does someone want to make a motion that we, how do we go about this? We do make the motion and then reduce it at the end and at the end of the motion?
I think what we can do is just make a motion to renew the permit with
Right.
all the same conditions and the bond to be reduced to $5,000.
Okay,
Do I make a motion as just presented?
second, anyone second it?
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
I think we got to do the roll call vote for that.
oh yes, I'm sorry. Okay, Tom Beals, what do you say? How do you vote?
Yes.
Chris, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ron, how do you vote?
Yes.
Tony, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay, the motion has been accepted. And
Thank
the
you,
bond will
guys.
be, the bond will be reduced to $5,000. Same conditions as before.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll send a
Have a
letter
good
to the
night.
treasurer this week, and then she'll contact you about getting the difference.
Excellent. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, our Our next hearing is Clark Woods off Washburn Street.
The applicant, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Do we have a representative?
Yeah, the representative there is Craig Callahan.
What's the first name?
Craig with a C.
Okay, I got it.
Yep, moving him over now. He'll be in shortly.
Yes, good evening. I'm hoping my voice is coming over now.
We can hear you.
Yep, we
Oh,
got you.
excellent. Thank you. Yes, this is Craig Callahan, resident at 5 Harrington Lane. And I'm here for Clark Woods. This is also a renewal permit. Current state of affairs is this is a subdivision, 3-lot subdivision. Actually, it's 5-lot subdivision, but 2 homes are existing. This was a construction of a subdivision roadway, generating the 3 new lots. One of those lots is currently occupied by myself. The other 2 are in process with expected occupancy in the spring. The roadway itself also has the binder coat, and the granite curbing was recently installed towards the end of 2021. We are here to maintain and renew this permit until all of the area has been settled and ensure the requirements are met. And so any other questions, hopefully I can answer them.
Does anybody have any questions?
No.
Nope.
Nope. Do we want to make a motion?
Sure, I'll make a motion that we issue a renewal permit for Clark Woods off Washburn Street, map 37, parcel 93 and 94, with the same bond amount.
All those,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Tom, what do you say? How do you vote?
Yes.
Tony, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ron, how do you vote?
Yes.
Chris, how do you vote?
Yes.
Janet votes yes also. The renewal will continue.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Thank
You
you.
as well. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks, Fred.
Have a good one.
Okay, our next hearing is Madeline Properties, 180 Barefoot Road. Do we have an applicant or somebody representing Madeline Properties?
That project is represented by Vito Colonna, and the applicant is Andy Curtis. I think they're both here.
Evening. Vito Colonna with Cornerstone. Yeah, so this is another renewal, similar to the first 2. It's over at 180 Barefoot Road. This was for a contractor storage yard. They're basically completed. You know, the yard is up there. The driveway was put in, and they did seed it last fall. Grass did start growing in. I think Fred did have a chance to come up and take a look at it in the fall. He walked it with Andy. But we did have to renew 1 more year just for a final cleanup, make sure everything's growing in the spring. Any spots that need repair, you know, would fix those up in the springtime. So I think he's expecting to be done, you know, as weather permits, you know, as soon as we can in the spring or early summer, somewhere in there.
Vito, we can't hear you very well.
I'll try to speak a little louder.
Oh, that's better. Thank you.
Actually, there was something over the microphone on the side of the computer here. All right. So I think it was really it. I don't know if there's any questions as to what's going on or what stage they're at. But I can take.
Fred, do you have any comments on this property?
I did visit it with Andy last year sometime in the fall. Andy was interested in closing it out, but it seemed like it wasn't quite the same as it was originally proposed. He's modified some of the areas, and I encouraged him to renew and give us a chance to make a final plan as to what to expect in the end. And that's why the plan is before you with a renewal. And I'd like to, get a chance to work with them in the spring to see if they want to create a plan as to exactly how they want to leave it in the future. I believe the plan that Vito submitted was the same plan that was originally submitted.
Yeah, and I think we gave the as-built too, just to show what's up there.
So what I'd like to do is to renew the permit and then work with Andy and Vito to see how the site will be left in its final destination, if you will. They have, as you know, it's kind of a working yard for Andy to keep material there and supplies and stuff. And so it was kind of a moving target as to where everything was going to end up. And I had encouraged him to renew so that we could, figure out exactly how he wanted to leave it in the end, and then make sure that the board has that vision so that you don't drive by and see something completely different than what was originally approved. Not that it's completely different. It's actually very close. But I was concerned about the drainage and stuff coming down the driveway. But it doesn't seem to be causing any erosion. I don't see any reason why you can't renew the permit. And then give me a chance to work with Andy in the spring and see where it's going to end up in the final result. I have not had any complaints about that site.
Question,
Yes, Ron.
what kind of material are they gonna store there?
It's
Um,
mostly material. They do septic installations, utility installations. So it's mostly crushed stone, sand, mostly that kind of material. If they have excess fill, they kind of store it there to use on the next job. I think they did have some pipe up there.
Yeah.
But nothing. It's all mostly earthwork material, and then some pipe material.
Are any trucks or stuff gonna be stored there?
They do have equipment up there. It's not their main storage yard though. So it's more equipment that they use to, bring material there. A truck may stay there for a while, but it isn't their main storage yard for their dump trucks and stuff like that.
It's mostly for loading and unloading, Ron.
Yeah.
Okay,
And they, it's similar to the DPW yard with the materials. They have a couple of bins where they store some pipe, some of the infiltration barriers that they put in the ground for recharge for stormwater on certain sites or on septic systems. It's and some rock, various size rock and gravel that they may take out of a site that's not contaminated or anything.
all right. Will there be contaminated dirt there?
No.
Any more questions? Did we lose the sound?
No, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay, you want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we renew the permit for Madeline Properties at 180 Barefoot Road.
Second,
Second.
How do you vote, Tom?
yes.
How do you vote, Ron?
Yes.
Tony Peony?
Yes,
How do you vote?
yes.
Chris, how do you vote?
Yes.
Janet votes yes also.
Thank you. Have a nice night.
Joe,
You too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Vito.
Okay, our next hearing is Crandall Hicks, 41 Lyman Street.
Those applicants are Brendan Barry, and I don't see anybody else from that group on the list there, Jim. If there's anybody else who's participating in regards to 41 Lyman or the Crandall Hicks project, please raise your hand and we'll try to let you in.
I think Jeremy was going to be here, but he might have joined via phone, but I can speak on behalf of the applicant.
Brendan, there's no other phone numbers now on the list, so he must have dropped off or
Okay.
never made it.
No worries. So for the record, my name is Brandon Barry with Bowler. We're the engineers on the project. This was originally before the board back in 2019 due to some delays over the last couple of years. It took them a while to get the construction started. They are now under work on the site, progressing through the site work and some of the drainage. There haven't been any change to the plans that were originally approved, just a delay due to everything that transpired over the last 2 years. So they're working. The applicant and contractors have met with Fred, and construction is proceeding per the plans. They're working through the surface basin improvements and looking to get some of the walls in that will facilitate the building construction, which should happen in the early spring. If there's any other questions or anything relative to the application, I can certainly provide some more detail if you'd like.
The only thing I have to add, Janet, is that the construction there is going quite smoothly. They did build a detention basin first, which is always a very desirable thing from our standpoint. It allows for stabilization of the site right off the bat. That's been completed. They were working with our conservation agent very closely. There were multiple inspections out there, and she was very impressed with the way they were going about it. I understand there was a phone call from a trucking company a few weeks ago that they were bringing in an oversized crane to start building the end of the building, the addition that goes on to the existing building. And I believe that's been done, or the crane's on site now. So I don't see any reason not to renew the permit. Things are going very well, and I expect that they will probably be completed before this permit would expire.
That's the plan as well, correct?
Any questions from the board?
No,
None here.
Nope.
Okay, I see a hand here. Is that Jim?
So I do not see a hand any longer. If there was
Oh,
one up.
it's on your website. Sorry about that.
Oh.
It's on yours. Okay. Does someone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to renew the permit for Crandall Hicks, 41 Lyman Street, map 66, parcel 14. With the same.
Second.
Okay, how do you vote, Tom Beals?
Yes.
How do you vote, Tony Pini?
Yes.
How do you vote, Chris?
Yes.
Stevens? How do you vote, Ron Doucette?
Yes.
And Janet votes yes. So this 41 Lyman Street has been renewed.
Thank you, everyone.
Randall Hicks.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Have a good night.
I see you have a bond release here.
I do.
Is that is that for the court down there on Cedar Hill?
The soccer
court?
New England football, yes.
Wow, they've done a great job down there.
Didn't they? There's actually a couple of gentlemen here in the audience who I'm sure would love to answer questions if you have any, but it's not necessary. It's not really part of the public hearing, but they're here if there are questions. The site is very nicely developed. This contractor also did an exceptional job stabilizing the site along the way, and working with our conservation agent. many site visits, not because there were issues, but just to keep things in check. The site is complete. I do have record drawings. I have to admit, I'm stretched a little thin these days. I am covering for the town planner who recently retired and the conservation agent who recently left and went to the DEP. So I'm wearing even more hats than I was a few months ago. And so I haven't had a chance to go through the drawings completely. I have seen the work progressing. I'm comfortable with the drawings and the information that's been submitted. I just need a little bit more time to review that. But I would, as I have done in the past, ask that you vote to release the money that's being held in the bond. The site really is complete. And then just give me some time to finalize my review and then issue the bond release once I'm confirmed that everything on the plan is as required in the original permit from the planning board and from the earthwork board.
Okay, so we'll make a motion that we reduce the, we release the bond.
Correct. Release the bond.
Okay. Somebody want to make a motion?
Sure. I'll make a motion that we return the bond for 400 Cedar Hill Street.
Second,
Oh, how do you vote, Tom Beals?
Yes.
Tony Pini?
Yes.
Ron Doucette?
yes.
Chris Dekatis?
Yes.
Janet votes yes also.
I'm going to note in the minutes that you voted to release contingent upon final approval of the as-built drawings. if you're
That's
okay with
good.
that. Okay.
Yes.
Do you want to hear from the applicants? I think that's really all they wanted, but they're here if you want to talk to them.
Does anyone want to speak with
I'm
the,
good.
I'm
Okay.
good. The site looks great.
all set? Thank you.
All right, they really did do a nice job. Thank you. Thanks,
Great job.
guys. Okay, so that brings me to, I already told you about my extra duties, and scheduling your meetings has become a little bit more complicated, as you could tell from the last couple of months that we were leaning towards, we were on Wednesdays, then we went to Thursdays, and Jim, our host tonight, is taking some classes at night on Wednesdays and Thursdays, so that's why we're here on Monday. I think that going forward, I'd like to, at least for the next 4 or 5 months till we get Jim out of school for the summer and see what his schedule is for the summer, to plan to meet with you on the first Monday of the month. And since next Monday is the first Monday, I would give you February off, and then we would start in March and meet in March, April, May, and June on the first Monday, if you're all available for that. I've already had that date reserved for us, penciled it in, but I wanted to confirm with all of you tonight that you're flexible enough or available for those meetings. And if not, we at least have a quorum, we can still meet, but I can try to pursue another night, but pretty much around here, Tuesdays are booked. I'm at a meeting every Tuesday night and none of them are with you. And now I'm going to be busy at least 2 or 3 of the Monday nights each week. So choices are pretty limited, but if there's a conflict, we can try to figure something else out. What are your thoughts?
It
I don't
works.
have a problem.
No
I don't-
problem.
Nope, I don't have a problem either.
Yeah,
So-
actually, Monday works better for me. I also have a class Thursday night, so just
Oh,
my last class of my master's degree. So
excellent.
Oh,
Good for you, Chris.
Good for you. Good for you.
All right, so the first Monday of the month, your next meeting, it will be March 7th. Write it down, put it on your calendars. Any other questions I can answer for any of you while we're here? Otherwise,
Yeah, I have a question, Fred.
okay.
I noticed a little more gray hair on the top there. It's all the pressure that you're putting the extra hats on now?
No, that gray hair's been there for a long time. You just didn't see it.
I wanted to make a motion. If we could accept the minutes of the August 25th meeting.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
Right. yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
I second the motion.
Tom, how do you vote?
Yes.
Tony, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ron, how do you vote?
Yes,
Chris, how do you vote?
Yes.
Janet votes yes also.
Excellent. I have one more question. With the Zoom meetings, in the past, what we've done is just have you all come by and sign the decisions once they're all ready to go. But I noticed in talking to Mia last week before she left that the Conservation Commission has given that authority for her to sign them, and I'm not quite sure how that happened. I'm looking into it. Tom, do you recall, did you guys vote once to give her that authority, or do you do it in the motion of every approval?
I don't remember us doing it, and it has not been a vote of every approval.
Okay, so there must be some letter from the board or the chair on file giving that authority to her. I'll pursue it. I don't have it at this point, so later in the week, I'll send you all an email and ask you to come by and sign when you have time. I generally just send a copy of the minutes and let the treasurer know that you voted to reduce or release money as part of the function. That's not required, but the permits do have a place for each of you to sign. So there'll be 4 renewal permits for you to sign, and I just need to put in the right amount for the one that we reduced. And then if you could come and sign later in the week, that would be great. Except for you, Tony, we're not expecting you to make the trip home.
Thank you.
Actually,
You
Fred,
just try not to get sunburned, huh?
I wear a hat.
A good idea.
is the town hall still closed? So you have to call up when you get there?
No, the town hall's open, but masks are required as soon as you enter the building.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Does anyone have any questions, further questions?
Janet, I give you my proxy to sign my name on these documents.
Okay. Do you have a middle initial?
C or
C.
nothing.
We can send you some snow, Tony.
No, thanks.
I was gonna say, bring the sun back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any more business before the board?
I think we should vote for a tripling of Fred's salary.
I think so too.
Yeah, I don't think John will approve that, though.
Well, it is budget season, so you never know.
I'll put a good word in for you.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Let me know how that goes. All right. I'll see you all on March 7th. Hopefully
March 7th.
I'll have my technical difficulties worked out by then. I changed my password today on my computer. I think that may have been the holdup, but otherwise,
Yeah.
I think we're all set. Hope you all have a good night.
Thanks, Fred. Hey, Fred,
Stay
real quick,
safe.
if
What's
you
that?
if you need any help checking on any plans or anything, I know you're wearing a lot of hats. I can be available.
All right, great. Thanks, Chris. I
You
think
got
I
it.
got it for now, but thank you. Appreciate that. Hope you all stay warm and watch out for the next storm.
Okay,
Yes.
so someone want to make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Make a
And move we
motion.
adjourn.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Have
Aye.
a
Roll
good
call
night.
vote. Roll call vote.
Oh, Tom, how do you vote?
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Ron,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.